All right, let's talk about that feeling. That awful, groggy, did I even sleep feeling that so many of us know way too well. If you are just so done with feeling exhausted and you're ready to finally get your morning energy back, you're in the right place. We're going to break down exactly how to fix it. Let's dive in.
So let me just ask you straight up. How often do you actually wake up feeling refreshed and ready to go? If your answer is, hardly ever, I get it. You are definitely not alone. It's got to be one of the most frustrating things. You go to bed on time, you think you did everything right, but you wake up feeling like you could sleep for another 5 hours.
And when that happens, what's the first thing we do? We reach for this little guy, right? The snooze button. It promises just a few more minutes of that sweet, sweet sleep. It feels like it's helping, but as we're about to find out, it might just be the biggest trick your alarm clock has ever played on you. Here's the deal. It's not some big mystery. A few very common habits are probably robbing you of your energy every single day. But here's the good news. They are so fixable. We're going to break down 4 key things you can do to take back control and finally start owning your mornings. Okay, first up, let's talk about public enemy number 1, the snooze button. We think it's this gentle, kind way to ease into the day, but it's actually a trap that is literally designed to make you feel worse. So, to understand why this snooze button is such a villain, you first have to know that sleep isn't just, one long blackout period. Your brain is actually doing some incredible, really structured work all night long. And that work happens in something called a sleep cycle. Just think of it like a 90-minute program that your body runs on repeat. It moves through different stages, from light sleep all the way down into deep sleep and then back up again. And this is where it all goes wrong. When you hit that snooze button, your brain thinks, oh, okay, time to start a brand new 90-minute cycle. But of course, your alarm is set to go off in just 9 minutes, so it yanks you out right at the beginning of that new cycle. That jarring interruption is what causes that horrible, sluggish feeling we all hate. It's called sleep inertia. Okay, moving on to our second big point. It's not just about what you don't do, it's about what you do. It's about mastering your body's natural rhythm. So let's figure this out. How much sleep do you actually need? The most powerful advice is often the simplest. The single best thing you can do for your body's internal clock is be consistent. Going to bed and waking up at the same time, and yeah, I'm sorry, this includes weekends, it trains your body. It learns to expect when to power down and when to power up, which makes waking up feel so much more natural. In that whole 8 hours a night rule, it's really just a guideline. To find your magic number, you can try this fun little experiment for a week. Pick a bedtime you can stick to, and then just wake up naturally, no alarm clock. Track how long you sleep each night. By the end of the week, you can calculate the average, and you'll have a much better idea of what your body is actually asking for. So, you've ditched the snooze button, you're getting in sync with your body's rhythm. What's next? Well, it's your morning kickstart. Seriously, what you do in the first 10 minutes after your feet hit the floor can make or break your energy for the rest of the day. 6 to 8 hours. Think about it. That's how long your body has gone without a single drop of water while you were sleeping. You wake up every single morning in a state of natural dehydration. And guess what one of the biggest symptoms of dehydration is? Yep, fatigue. And this is the classic mistake we all make. We feel tired, so our brain immediately screams coffee. But what your body is actually screaming for is water. So before you do anything else, before the coffee, before you check your phone, drink a big glass of water. It kickstarts your system and rehydrates your brain faster than anything else. Now, this next one is going to sound completely backwards, but I promise you, the science is solid. You have to use energy to make energy. I know, when you feel exhausted, the last thing you want to do is move. But moving is exactly what you need to do. And look, we're not talking about running a marathon before breakfast. It can be super simple. We're talking about just getting your heart rate up and your blood flowing. A few stretches, maybe 10 jumping jacks, or even just walking quickly around your room for a minute. It's like sending a memo to your body that says, hey, it's time to get going, and it creates an instant boost of energy. And finally, our last piece of the puzzle. This is all about how you can protect your sleep before you even get into bed. Because the biggest threat to a good night's sleep in the modern world, well, it's probably sitting in your pocket right now. So to get this, we need to talk about a hormone called melatonin. Think of it as the sleep hormone. When it gets dark outside, your body starts producing it. And it's like a natural signal that tells every single cell on your body, okay, folks, it's nighttime, time to start shutting down for sleep. So here's the problem. That bright, bluish light that comes out of our phones, our tablets, our computers, it's a really powerful signal to our brain. It basically tricks your body into thinking it's still the middle of the afternoon. And when your brain thinks it's daytime, it actively hits the brakes on producing that crucial sleep hormone, melatonin.
So how do you fight back? It's actually pretty simple. You give your body a buffer zone. Just follow the 2-hour rule. Put away all of your screens at least 2 hours before you plan to go to sleep. This gives your brain the time it needs to get the, hey, it's dark now message and start producing all that lovely melatonin you need for a deep, restful night. Now, I know putting the screens away completely can be tough. So if you absolutely can't, there are some awesome and free tools that can help. Apps like Flux for your computer or Twilight for your phone will automatically reduce that harsh blue light in the evening. And like we talked about, an app like Sleep Cycle can be a great way to wake you up in the lightest part of your sleep cycle.
So let's recap. Ditching the snooze, finding your personal sleep rhythm, hydrating first thing, and blocking that blue light at night. See? None of these are massive, life-changing overhauls. They're just small, simple habits. But when you put them all together, they have a huge, huge impact on your energy. This is how you stop just surviving your mornings and you actually start owning them. So I'll leave you with this one question. You don't have to tackle everything all at once. Just pick one thing to start. Looking at everything we just covered, which habit will you change first to start owning your morning?